Word that the coronavirus has spread beyond the city where it was first detected has health officials in China and now around the world on notice. And that includes here in Canada, where some of the things that need to be put in place are happening. With every flight from China, this country is now on watch for the coronavirus, now that it's on the move. Canada watching for signs of sickness at airports in Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal. An outbreak beyond the city of Wuhan, where it was first detected, has now spread to Thailand, Japan, and South Korea with people who had recently been there. By Monday, over 200 cases had been reported, with 3 deaths.
These things can take off in a flash. I mean, people who remember 2009 with the influenza pandemic, that started as an odd mixture of viruses that wasn't really adapted to people, and by the time we figured that out, boom, it had already spread around the world. So these things can move very quickly.
Dr. Michael Gardam was the head of infection control for the University Health Network when the SARS epidemic hit Toronto in 2003. He says Toronto and the world are much more prepared to take on a virus like this today.
There was no system, there was no surveillance, there was no way of notifying the world. Now this is so different from what I was used to 20 years ago. And so that's fantastic.
Canada has no direct flights from Wuhan, and so the risk of the virus being carried to this country is very slim. The Public Health Agency of Canada, however, has enhanced preparedness here.
It's absolutely essential, especially at this time of, global movement of people. Airlines are being very busy, carrying people, so to speak. The Chinese New Year is coming, so people from China would be traveling all over the place.
Here in the Greater Toronto area, there is limited concern at this point.
Now it's not in Canada. It's good news.
A little bit worried about because my family in China right now. Yeah, but it's okay. But my family in Shanghai, it's not so many people that's ill. Yeah.
Officials in China, meanwhile, have said there are increasing efforts to contain the virus there, while the rest of the world watches and prepares for the worst. Late this afternoon, Canada's chief public health officer said that 3 people had been investigated here and ruled out. We do know that in the coming days, additional signage will be put up at airports in Vancouver, Montreal, and Toronto, and additional screening questions will be asked as well. Mark McAllister, City News, Toronto.